Hey Commanders, just here to give you encouragement and update with Superkids and all that's happening. Obviously there's lots going on in the world right now, but there's one thing that has not changed, and that's our God, and that's the calling that He has on Breakthrough and Superkids and our lives. And I know that even though the world might be going crazy, we can hold fast to the knowledge and the trust in our God, that nothing has changed for the calling of Breakthrough. Nothing has changed for our Superkids. How we facilitate things, and just the programs might look a little bit different at the moment, but the calling of what we're doing has not changed, and that's we are raising ambassadors. We are bringing His breakthrough light and power, that we are raising up people to go out and influence the world both locally and globally, that we are training and equipping. All those things are still true. We just might be changing the packaging of how we're doing it. So quick update of how we're going to actually practically run Superkids over the next few weeks. Firstly, that for now, what we were calling the launch of this next phase of Superkids, which is the new balloon room, which is the fun program, the moments programs that we've been talking about, the Superkid curriculum, all of that we were going to launch in just a couple of weeks. We're going to postpone that just at the moment. We don't have an end date. We're just gonna ride with the Spirit of what's happening at the moment until an open door comes. But I have full faith that that will launch, and in God's perfect timing, that it will be actually a better time for us to launch that when we are ready. So keep preparing in your hearts all that we've been talking about in that. But for the next few weeks, Superkids will still be running. And I'm not just talking about on a Sunday, because, whether it's online or whether it's in service, Superkids is running. The purpose of Superkids is going to keep going. The momentum of Superkids and calling is going to be going. And we're just going to ask the Holy Spirit for wisdom, so that we're going to utilize this time and actually see such a growth in our kids, even if it looks like a different setting. So practically how it's going to look in immediate future, but like we know, this can change. We'll keep you updated. As of this Sunday, we're only going to have one classroom running, and that's the balloon room class. We're not going to be running the submarine room class in that room. The balloon room class will be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized, so it's hygienic and adhering to the government requests. Also, with the government has requested what they're now calling social distancing. So they're talking about that people need to make sure that there is space for people to move around. So in that classroom, teachers in there, just make sure that you're always allowing for free movement and space to move around, that as much as possible you're not playing games that are involving kids just coming close together, but there's always opportunity for people to be moving around in that. In terms of our submarine room, we're not going to be running in the room, but our submarine class will still be running. How that's going to look is actually we're going to be running with the big church. I know that sounds a little crazy, but what God's put on our heart for now is that the kids are actually going to be a part of the big people's church, a part of what the message that God has given in the church. But we're just going to be running on the sides, and actually during this sermon we're going to gather the kids, sit together in a special area, and I'm going to be sitting with them, and we're going to be hearing from our pastor and those who are speaking, and we're going to have activity sheets, and we're going to be learning and growing from our pastor, and doing that in terms of the actual Sunday morning setting and in the big church at the moment. I'm excited because I really believe we've seen such a growth in our kids, and I believe that they're able to listen and to grow with what God's telling them. So that's going to be happening on Sunday. I'll explain it more in person, but just to give you an update, that Superkids is running. We will keep flowing with what the government is requiring us to do, but stay in faith with me that nothing is changing in terms of our calling and our mission in Superkids, and then we're not going to change what God has told us to do and called us to be, and He will facilitate everything we need in order to make that happen during this season that the world's in. But we are still running, and our Superkids are becoming followers of Jesus in this time. So bless you guys. I appreciate all that you're doing, and I appreciate your prayers during this time. Keep standing in faith for our Superkids, and knowing that God is working, and we're going to see such a breakthrough in this time. Thanks, guys.